Also,
It's
by the way, sir.
but 2 minutes 44 seconds.
Okay, now the as it pertains to getting you back on time, I think that if we're out of here by about shit, how far do you need to get so that you're only taking one bus?
Only take one bus now. 27th. I take 27 only back.
Really?
Yeah, when I was
Right.
at the vet spot, I had to take two. Now that I'm on 27th, only take 27th.
So I could take
But
you down a few lights.
It's 40 minutes regardless to get there. So let's say take to Metro Center, right? You need to go to Metro Center, it's still about another 25-30 minute ride.
But if we could catch that motherfucker,
It still be the same thing. Because it'd be longer depending on what happens during the trip. You know, somebody they gotta stop let somebody on who in a wheelchair. That shit eats up more time.
That shit.
Or somebody, like the other day, the bus driver had to stop. She had to kick off a motherfucker that was smoking the blues on the bus.
Just yeah. On the fuck.
Trying to do like this. And I was like, and one motherfucker, I looked at him like, what the fuck? And the motherfucker like, hey, put that fucking shit out on the fuck. Bus driver, she pulled over. Hey, no, shit on the door. You get the fuck off the bus. He ain't want to get off the bus. No, she was like, the motherfucker's like before I could do anything, because he was like more towards the so I'm up further in the back. He's more towards the middle, right? So I can get some time. But there's one brother there with his rib. He like, hey, didn't I tell you this? Because he told him earlier from the bus that I wait at, leave from the bus stop smoking that shit. Just gonna walk down to the next bus stop and jump on, and then wait a little bit, try to smoke that shit. So he's like, nah, get the fuck off this bus. Then all that, the brother and his white dude both got up and like, no, get the fuck off the bus. Because the bus driver was a sister, you know, she's small and shit. So, you know, she ain't much she can do besides call the police. But you tell them, hey, you gotta get off my bus, you know, smoking that. White dude got off that bus.
Officer Razan didn't even have to move, huh?
Nah,
like, well, goddamn, yo. Most times, like Officer Razan.
All jokes aside, you know I need
this shit.
Like,
I ain't play the music.
I'm this and that for life.
Music playing now.
This and that for life.
I ain't gonna lie. Before we go,
I'm always for life, nigga. This is blood over. Hey, yo, Madara.
You know Evelyn Champagne?
It go a class for you, my nigga.
There's a whole bunch of. You know what the fucked up thing is about this
40
generation of devils?
The world turned its back on.
Black women.
I'm a cripple. We got soldiers. He got soldiers, but I got different ones. Ain't no way out. I tell you what. Don't pray for nothing. Nothing in the curse. We can't forgive what's forbidden. Remain in them trenches. Trust in the Lord, but please forgive me for the times that I did. If rankings give me, have your respect to your apprentice. Be about your business. This Lord is a damn sentence. Look, trying to pick up with a blind fit. They said there'll be many matches. I'm just grinding for my time share. The devils ain't playing fair. They hunt you like bad pill. But ain't no getting out the game like you mangy. You take that offense or gun. Try to deal death to a priest. You won't make it out in one piece. So you can stay. Just make sure you got the heart. Say your name 3 times, then it's death do us part. So how you feel about this truth I done shown? This ain't the like you think, little nigga. I should want even your own people go this show. And Lewis said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Ain't no more guesses, ain't no more questions. Make sure my election till I'm tucked away like George Jetson. Murder for capital, now it's murder at the Capitol. The world in amazement, we like fuck 'em, raise it. I pity those watching life as it goes by. Be giving mercy in this life, I don't know why. It comes smoke, never try to. The day that all my brother be the day that's all I don't. It's a photo salute, my nigga. They like, how you stay focused? I told him I'm motivated because of you, my nigga. Brotherhoods and weapons, still got weapons on the scene. And I never do my niggas like Bishop did Raheem. Never mind,
that's kind of not being qualified there with you, bro. I'm going to get into like,
that love go. So
that woman's supposed to be for her man.
But if I bring you to my bed, that's a blood.
What you're supposed to be for a man, what you're not supposed to be.
How you feel about this truth out of show? This ain't the life you think, little nigga. I should want even your own people.
But no, everything I got right now
is the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on.
If you need me to load you up, just point to me, give me a second. That's what I love doing this.
I'll be forgetting about that.
That 30-second give you all the time that you need to be like.
Oh, no, I don't know if they say count down. You jump to it right now.
Okay.
Yeah, Shalom Israel, Shalom Yahweh, Shalom Shabrakatah. So, brother, Shalom Yahweh, Shalom Shemar, Elatah, Shalom Shah to our sisters. Today is the ISUPK's Thursday scripture breakdown class.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be holding it down here in Arizona. Police Officer 50 Razan. Right, be holding it down. You know what I'm saying? Of course, make sure, as always, you share and like the class to all your social medias, your Facebook, your Twitters, you know what I'm saying? Your IG, fan base. And look, they got some of me out here now. Just to all your social medias, man, you should be sharing, liking, and sharing this class everywhere. All Arizona class, you should be nonstop on the timeline.
Right.
Anyway, so today, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna get into a couple of things today. One thing we're gonna get into today, what a woman's supposed to be for her man, what she's not supposed to be.
Right.
According to the scriptures, right? Because you know what I'm saying, what I seen this week and just in the last this week in the last couple of days, right? Just utter disrespect a woman has had for her man.
Right.
Now we all know that Kiki Palmer is the big thing right now. You know what I'm saying? With she, up there with Usher. No, that's not. I don't want to speak, but we all know it's not a secret that Usher has an STD. Oh yeah, yeah, it came out that it's proven true that Usher gave a woman herpes. So now your girl's all hugged up. Kiki Palmer is she's. I don't think she's married like in a legal sense, like in the American sense, where she on paper.
Right.
But she has a man she has a man. She has a child with that man.
So she's married. So
no, to us she's married.
Come on.
Right, but to the world, to get that paper, you're not married, which is dumb and ridiculous. Right. And yeah, so she's hugged up all on Usher. Usher's like saying a lot of women are going like, oh, she's just living her best life, and with her man who had a picture with her with his shirt off. Like, first, neither one of you should be out here showing your nakedness to anybody else besides you who you in bed with.
That's right.
Kiki Palmer had on an outfit. She had one of those sheer outfits on that she's like, you can see her bra and panties.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And she's been just like this for a while, especially after she had her baby and she filled out more after having her baby. Now she's been like basically thotting it around a lot more lately. Now she putting out all kind of twerk videos and things like that.
Who's Kiki Palmer, sir? Sloppy.
Kiki Palmer, she's an actress, black actress. She's been on for years. You seen that movie? What's that Jordan Peele movie with the aliens and the cowboys?
Independence Day?
No. I said Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele.
He had a movie that came out earlier late last year about black people that owned this farm with these aliens attacking.
Was it Get Out?
No, not Get Out.
I'm sorry. I just.
You ever seen Akeelah and the Bee?
Akeelah and the Bee.
You never. Just type.
I'm sorry.
Just type on your phone, Kiki Palmer.
I'm sorry. Dang.
K-E Palmer.
Oof.
You find it?
Oof. Concert. Oof.
Listen, like I was saying, you know what I'm saying? That's you know what I mean? It's
Salaki, sir, she looks like yikes. Stay away.
I hear you. Like I said, she was she's doing all these things, right? She's grown up. She started off as a child actress. You know what I mean? So you already know kids that go through that Hollywood young, and they get older, they're not right in the head. You know, that Hollywood does terrible things to children. And I'm gonna put that for any race, black, white, whatever. Any kids that come through Hollywood, they're not really the same as they're not really sane or mature as adults. they have a lot of psychological damage to them coming up through Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? So Keke Palmer, she had a baby. She has a man, but now she I guess she filled out more after having a baby. Now she wants to shake her thing everywhere and show it off to anyone who wants to see it. Pretty much, you know what I'm saying? And so, what she don't realize, what a lot of women don't realize, a lot of women say, "Oh, she's just out here doing her thing. She's a grown woman, this and that." You are a representation of, as a woman, you are a representation of your man. Right. How the world sees you is how the world sees your man. Right. You know what I'm saying? If you are a woman that is promiscuous, your man is known to be, you know what I'm saying, weak. Right. For better term. The man is thought to be weak. Because why else why he allowed you to come out like that? You could give me a Genesis 2:18. Another one. You know what I'm saying? There's a role that men and women are supposed to play. You know, so we're gonna talk about we're talking about the women's side, right? For the night, just because you know what I'm saying, it's always men have to be traditional, right? But we all know that women's form of traditional is paying all the bills. As if that's the only thing that comes with providing for a family. Providing for a family is more than just paying the bills. It's more than that. You're saying providing for a family is providing leadership, it's providing guidance, providing discipline. It's make sure that the family is on the right path. If a man is not providing that for you as a man, this is you have chosen poorly. You see what I'm saying?
If you don't mind, sir, Salaki, I think the heart of, to build on what you're saying, sir, the heart of what we're getting at is, for just as much as Malak Yahushai, Jesus Christ in the English, has a job, the man of that family has a job, and just like Malak Yahushai, the man of the family is supposed to keep us in the good graces of the man of the house, who is the Most High.
Yeah, no, that's supposed to be the man. You know what I'm saying? Any failure of the man is any failure in the household is the failure of the man. You know what I'm saying? I took, like, you know what I'm saying, I get into a little bit, but when I was in the world before I came into the truth, you know what I'm saying, as my marriage to my kid's mother was crumbling. Afterwards, I took full responsibility, because if I did what I was supposed to have done as a man, who's to say we would be today? But I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I allowed her to call at the end. I allowed her to call the shots, and she told me herself that she just stopped seeing me as the man of the house, which is that something as a man that you don't want to hear. But you know what I'm saying, the water to, you know what I'm saying, manager Johanna for hold down this truth. You know what I'm saying, to water to the Most High. You know what I'm saying, why Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying, for holding down this truth, for holding down Commander Johanna, hold down this truth for us, so we can be here, so I can be re-raised up as the man I'm supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? But if you make sure.
2:18 other one.
Come on, yeah, go ahead, give me that real quick.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 18. And the Lord God said, "It is not good that the man should be alone."
Right. So the Most High is in this situation, right? That he has at this point Adam has been raised up. You know what I'm saying? From the dust. You know what I'm saying? He's been given the laws and commandments. He's naming everything. You know what I'm saying? And that the Most High told him to the name. He's doing his job. He's doing the work. The Most High said, "Hey man, this brother shouldn't be doing his work alone." You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't be. It's not good for a man to do it all by himself. Can you do it all by yourself? I mean, technically you can. Like, you know what I'm saying? Listen, as a man right now, I don't have a rib, but I wash my own clothes. I can cook my own food. I clean my own apartment. I come here. I do put the work in for this truth. I'm doing this class. You know what I'm saying? Do class tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the school needs. You know what I'm saying? Need me to do. I'll do my best to do. But keep going.
Concert. And the Lord God said, "It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him and help me for him." Right.
So the woman is supposed to help him. She's supposed to make life easier on the man. So now, some of the things that you do by yourself, your woman can take that load off. Now she's handling it as well. So now, you know what I'm saying? So much as I focus on keeping my own place clean, make sure that I got food and things like that. With your rib, she's now there to offload some of the responsibilities, so you can focus on other things. You know what I'm saying? As much responsibility as Adam had, Eve was there to make his life easier, to make sure that he can focus more on the work for the Lord, versus just him doing everything, and he has to focus on work, the work that the Lord wants him to do. So that's when she's your help, she's your pillar of rest. You're supposed to be able to go home at the end of the day, chill out, and she got some food waiting for you, and she give you a massage and hey babe, how was everything? Like she's supposed to make sure that you're able to rest when you come home. That's supposed to be the job of the help me of the woman. You know what I'm saying? If we could, let's double check. So that's the one to get into that. Oh, judge on the verse 24.
Verse 24. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh.
Right. So what's it saying? When you have, so for y'all out there who don't know, sex is absolutely marriage.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Once you put your rod in that woman's box, that's like putting the key in a lock. No, matter of fact, not even put a key in a lock. You know what I'm saying? That's connect. That's you're connecting yourself to that woman. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand things like we are so carnal. We don't understand things on a spiritual level. Spiritually, now you become one flesh spiritually. Anything that you do, she does. Anything that she does, you do. You understand? You're now connected, so everything you do now matters. Now, so how she acts is reflected upon the man. How the man acts is reflected upon the woman, because she'll only do what her man allows her to do. And then if the man just allows her to kind of run wild, he'll only do what his wife says to do, because he don't have a real backbone. And we're going to see it to why this matters, right? Give me Genesis 3 and 4.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 4. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die.
Right. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of backdrop for those who don't know. I'm pretty sure everybody knows. This is when the serpent went to Eve, right? And Eve she's out doing whatever she's supposed to be doing. The serpent sees her by herself. Now that's what happens. That's what the president does today. He goes for the woman, because the woman is more vulnerable than the man. She's more likely to believe what she's been told than the man. Men by nature, we're more skeptical. You know what I'm saying? We're more just how we are, because we are always in a war type mindset. So we're always protective of what's going to affect our family, what's going to affect us. So because of that, you know what I'm saying, the serpent, he took this opportunity, seeing that Eve was alone, to go to her. Right? And he's going here to basically trick her. Keep going.
Sir. For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods.
Right. So what one man wants more than anything, right, is to have some modicum of control and power over her man. Most women that's not a modicum, it's maximal. You know what I'm saying? It's massive. They want full body control over you. You know what I'm saying? The women to the point, like listen, I don't know if you ever seen Baby Boy, right?
Oh,
when he comes in and she's like, "You would see with somebody else?" Nah, let me smell your rod.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Yo,
probably was."
You know what I'm saying? It's like she wants that full control over you. What Eve did here, she saw a chance to have control over Adam. You know what I'm saying? To tell Adam, like what the serpent said to her, it sounded so good to her ears. I mean, I can be as God too. I could have power. You know what I'm saying? Keep going with that.
Yes, sir. Knowing good and evil. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food.
Right. So in her simple mind, right? Now she's already been told by Adam what she can and can't do, what trees are good for knowledge and what trees aren't. She knows that we can learn from everything else out here, but though now if people don't know these trees is metaphor for a nation of people. These other people, we can learn something from these other people, but this specific people right here, we're not to f with them. Right? We're not to talk to these people that are right there. But Eve was told, "Hey, you can mess with those people. You can talk to those people. You can learn from those people. That fruit is not literal fruit. That's why there's no specific type of fruit given.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because this is like we all say, no, fruit. This is a fruit for knowledge, right? You know what I'm saying? Doesn't the NOY columns have a division called Fruit of Israel? FOI? Because you understand that fruit isn't just fruit, but because you want things to be fairy tale, right? To not just be simple, you'll make the fruit be an apple, which is never said here. It's not an apple, not a pear, it's not none of that.
If I could ask a question, for the sake of clarity, sir, what are some of the fruits that particular tree, meaning that nation that is spoken of here in this scripture, produce? Like what are some of the things that after Eve did partake of that tree? What are some of the things that happened that we can see today?
Well, I wouldn't be able to give something directly. That's somebody to get a deeper understanding on. But but like the scripture says, says she knew. Now she knows good and evil. So that good and evil, you know what I'm saying? That's before this point, they only knew good. Because all they did was obey the Most High.
Right.
So now this evil that they now know, that they're going to learn, is consequences for going against the Most High. That evil is a punishment.
Right.
So what they did was they most likely took in particular customs that were considered abominable by the Most High, or sin. But because what I'm saying, look for instance, let's go to today, right? We know the same topic, right, for a man and woman, right?
Okay.
So we know that men can have multiple wives.
Yes, sir.
Right? But what they try to teach?
Monogamy.
Not just the monogamy. What else? There's nothing that they teach, and that's starting to become more prevalent. Women, listen. There was a story where a group of Edomites, right? It was like last year before last. There was 4 or 5 white Edomite males and 1 Edomite woman, and all those men were her husband. She got pregnant, and so they found out which one it was. But one of them was jealous that the baby wasn't his, and so he did things to this child. Now, a woman's not supposed to have more than one man. That right there goes against, the Most High. No, the only time a woman is allowed to take another man is if her husband passes, right? And depending on the circumstances, right? We know the law of a brother, where if a man passed before he has a child with his wife, the brother has to, do the duties of the husband. But also, just based off the book, it was a book of Ruth. Ruth had a husband, but he passed. But he didn't have he didn't have any other brothers for her. So most time, it was like culture. Even if your husband passed, another man wouldn't really touch you. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean that it didn't happen. Of course, there's brother, like obviously in Ruth's case, another brother took her on, because at that point she's not lawful to take back. No, she's lawful to take on because her husband's passed away. Now we all know that a woman's written a bill of divorce. Now, if it's not for, if it wasn't for adultery, then you divorce a woman, she can't remarry. Because another man sleeping with her would cause both him and her to sin.
Very true. That would be, as you said, adultery, huh, sir?
So
If I could ask you a question on the topic, sir, can we say that an example of what we might see, like what the scriptures talk about, like the knowledge of good and evil, can we like associate that with like instead of your man being the head of the household, let another nation like the tree be the head of the household, where if you want to get married, it's not just you laying down with that man. It's you have to come to us and sign papers and get a license.
It could be, but I would definitely like to get better understanding that. But like I said, but right now, the good and evil is just knowing that the consequence of disobeying the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Now they know they know that they've done wrong. They know that something will have to happen to them for doing wrong. Right? Because Most High is a man of his word. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna keep his word. You know what I'm saying? Above anything else. You know what I'm saying? It's just expected of you to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why I started the class off with the song by Captain Ka Aparayam, Blood Oath, right? You know what I'm saying? And then UPK, we take a blood oath from here. I said, you get your name, get your the oil put on your name 3 times. Listen, you are in here. You're taking an oath. You're told that if you break this oath, you might receive consequences from the Most High. Now, what you don't want is to leave the school and not receive any consequences. Because if you go out and become rich, become a millionaire, you can live lavishly and things like that. Listen, I'm gonna get into that later in the class, but just know that you know what I'm saying. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. But let's jump back to it. If you're gonna continue in 6.
Verse 6. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes.
Right. So she's not thinking spiritual. She's thinking carnally right now. It looks, it sounds, it looks and sees and feels good to her. That's all that matters at this moment. That's how a lot of women think. That's how a lot of people these days think. They think very, very carnally. You know what I'm saying? It's like if it feels good, looks good, then it's good for you. But we all know the expression, everything that glitters ain't gold. Right? Grass and green. There's so many different ones, right? That can be used. But what I'm saying here is that she went off her carnality. She didn't think spiritually about what the serpent was saying to her.
Right.
Keep going.
And a tree to be desired to make one wise.
So this is what it comes down to, right? See, most women think that they're smarter. Most women think that they're smarter than their man. Oh. And by thinking that she's smarter than you, she thinks that this allows her to have a realm, a sense of power or control over you. It's better. Like, don't let me be a sister with some type of degree, no matter what kind of dumbass. It's like excuse my language. no matter what kind of dumb degree it is, right? Because majority of women get degrees in things that don't produce much money. Like, what you got?
Humanitarians, liberal arts, just
these things are not profitable degrees. They're not. You know what I'm saying? They say, black women have the highest amount of graduates and degrees. A lot of times, looking towards very, very dumb degrees that get you nowhere in life. You know what I'm saying? But because I have this degree, whether it be bachelor's, the master's, it could be an associate's degree. It's like it could be an associate degree, and she think that she just got this much more over you because you just got the high school diploma. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Because she thought this make her wise. It shows that women want to be wiser, be smarter than their husband. It's why when you just put a child, a woman will try to jump in. Don't.
Say again.
It's like sometimes we try to just put your child. A woman would try to jump in and interfere with the discipline because she thinks that you're just being mean. Because she knows how to discipline a child, but we have seen the fruits of women being the disciplinaries in the household, the sole disciplinary church, because of what the white man has done to our male to leave these women being the only ones in the house. And so all that does is produces weak men.
Very true.
And so it shows that a woman can't raise a child alone. That male half is needed. What you got?
So, like you start to build on exactly what you're saying. Even the sisters that think in their stupid minds that they can raise the child alone, or which is literally a declaration of financial unpreparedness to take care of the child alone.
Not only that, but most this how dumb a lot of women are, right? So they'll say that oh, I get $50 for the child. That's not covering no rent. The $50 is not to cover your rent. It's to pay. It's for the child. If you need the child support, no to pay your bills, you don't need to have the child. The child should be in the hands of the father, because obviously the father can pay his rent and pay whatever he needs for the child. So obviously you know you should be the one with the child. That's for something different. Yeah, but keep going. What she took.
She took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat.
Right, and so this is where Adam's mistake was. This is where a lot of men make a lot of mistakes, right? You know what I'm saying? Is giving into your woman, right? And giving into your woman, right? He in this situation, Adam was supposed to check Eve. Adam was supposed to say, "Hey, you know we're not supposed to do that. Why are you doing it? Hey, you're not supposed to talk to those people. Not supposed to eat that fruit there. Why are you eating that fruit? Why did you bring this fruit to me?" That's what's supposed to happen in a situation. When your woman brings something negative to the house, as the man, you're the defense. That's why I say if you want to take a house, you must first do what?
Find the strong man.
Find the strong man. Because the strong man is gonna tell his woman, "Get that shit out of my house."
Damn right.
Excuse my language. No, don't bring that mess here. Right. We don't do that here. That's what's supposed to happen. That's what Adam was supposed to do in this situation. But instead, Adam's like, "Well, you know, baby, you think it's good, I'm gonna eat it too." That's what he did instead. Right. So if we could, let me see. Give me. I want to make sure.
If I could, I don't want.
Well, just jump down to where. Verse 16.
Verse 16. Unto the woman he said.
Now this is the woman's punishment. Now for those who know, so I'm just still Genesis 3, this 16. This is the woman's punishment for what her part in this situation was. Keep going.
Okay. Genesis 3:16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children.
This is why women go through so much pain, man, during childbirth. I don't know if you ain't been in the room with the child getting born, like some the women is in great pain. Like I don't understand why a man, would want to take that place. I've been in the birthing room, whatever it's called, the delivery room, whatever it's called. I've been there. I damn near lost my ribs, like my ribs, because my kid's mom, she just, when she's going through that contraction, she got to my ribs and just, brother, almost all this right here hurt for a good 2-3 days, brother. Like God, like women get unbelievable massive grip strength. You know what I'm saying? During childbirth, it is unbelievable. Listen, it's that grip strength become murderous. You know what I'm saying? You get hold of your hands, you're gonna break your hand off, fingers off your hand. You know what I'm saying? Because the pain of the contraction is that great. You know what I'm saying? I listen. I've seen many of the T community, of the males, of the ones want to be women, talking about like, oh, wait till we can give childbirth. I was like, why would you want that? Like most women don't even want that, but you want it. Listen, it's something you have to be there to experience, right? Now, of course, each one is different, but you know what I'm saying. But let's keep going.
Answer. Boom. It says, unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire. Salaki, sir.
No, okay, keep going.
And thy desire shall be to thy husband.
And like what?
And thy desire shall be to thy husband.
Right. You're supposed to. At this point, you're going to greatly desire your husband. That's how it should be. You're supposed to want your man. Keep going.
And he shall rule over thee.
Say it again.
And he shall rule over thee.
One more time. Nice and loud and slow for me.
And he shall rule over thee.
Right. And so the reason I'm reading this, go to 1 Corinthians 11 for me.
1 Corinthians 11, sir.
Okay. Nah, it's a reason why I want to make sure that we got to that, right? That he shall rule over thee. That right there is just now set up what the order is supposed to be in the household. The man is over the wife, which means that whatever your husband says is what goes. Now, does that mean you as a wife you can't give any input? Of course, you can give your input. You tell your husband, hey, I think that this should be done this way, this should be done that way. Now, I won't lie, some of you women have very, very dumb husbands. Dudes who would screw themselves over if you weren't in their lives to help correct their dumbness. I feel sorry for you, sisters. Now, you shouldn't be with a man like that, but you are. You know what I'm saying? There's a story in the Bible too where, you know what I'm saying, a husband almost got him and his wife killed if she hadn't stepped in and denied going against his orders, because the king would have definitely took both their heads. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes as a wife, you might have to supersede your husband. Sometimes as a wife, you might have to supersede your husband if it's for the benefit of the household, because I won't lie, like not every man is suitable to be a leader, suitable to rule over a house. It's just not that way as much as we would like it to be. It's in some people are just not very smart. You know what I mean? Sometimes a woman, you might have to go over your man's head a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Might have to hide some money from him. Maybe he gambles too much. You got to hide some money from him. You might have to do these kind of things. Maybe he drinks too much. Now you got to hide some money, hide the alcohol from him to help him be sober, or whatever vices that brother has. You might have to do what you can to keep the household together. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way that goes, right? But I'm getting to it. Come to Corinthians, 1 Corinthians 11. We're gonna start at verse 3. Is to show you to get more in depth of what the order is in the household, right? So this is 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God. So that is the order of operations in the house, right? So a man, he's going to follow Christ. So he's supposed to, whatever Christ does, saying that the man will emulate. You know what I'm saying? Because it's only good. It can only prosper your house. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to give anything false to your household. The head of the woman is the man. So the woman is supposed to listen to her man and does whatever he tells her to do. Right? And it should be, anything man should be telling should be for the betterment of the household and how your image looks to everybody else, which is very, very important that we know that the man is the head of the house. Right? And just to jump down further, to give you further explanation on that, right? Go down to verse 7. Right, same book. For a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as much as he is the image and glory of God. Right. So when you're as a man, you're supposed to be the image and the glory of the Most High. Right. As Christ said, you know what I'm saying? When you see him, you see the Most High. Right. Because Christ is the image of the Most High, not literal sin, but in what he does. He follows the Most High to the T in perfection. As a man, you're supposed to be the image of the Most High to your household, because you're supposed to follow the Most High in perfection as well, right? And it says, but the woman is the glory of the man. The woman is the glory of the man. So the woman is your image. The woman is the image of you. So if your woman's out here being promiscuous and dressing in provocative clothing and wearing next to nothing, and you're her man, what we know is that you are a weak man.
Right.
We know that she runs the house. We know that whatever she says go. We know that you will never stand up to your woman. No, you be like, oh baby, I don't think you should wear that. Whatever, I'm a grown woman, I'll do it all. You don't lie to me. I was like, okay, baby, whatever you say. That's how y'all look and sound. No, you start mumbling. It kills me when I see videos like men who like they women get mad, they just want to like cower and like, why you not baby about that baby? They not F that. Who's the man? Who wears what they say? Who wears the pants?
That's right.
I'm saying who's supposed to be head of the household? You supposed to be the man of the house.
Yep.
Your income means nothing. Absolutely squat. I was gonna say something else, but I'm trying to stay on protocol.
That's right.
Your income means nothing, because if you can get your woman to do the simple thing as just not have her breast out everywhere she goes, then you know what I'm saying. Then my thing is why shouldn't she walk all over you? Why shouldn't you run the house? Apparently, you're not man enough to stand your ground. You're supposed to stand 10 toes down.
That's right.
And whatever you say in the house, they're supposed to be, well, you know, baby, I ain't mean nothing by that, baby. You know what I'm saying? You want to wear, you want to have your breast and ass out. Go ahead, baby. You know what I'm saying? And say, man, will come, talk to me while we in the club together and just ignore me and then puck me out. No, baby, this is whatever, baby. Oh, don't worry about it. I'll fight for your honor. I'm not a punk. I'll whoop somebody's ass. Now you dead or in jail because now she put you in a situation where now you got to defend her dumb ass flocking.
So like
you got to defend her trifling behind.
Right.
Because she thinks that a man should just fight whenever. Listen, if you're the one to put your man in that kind of situations, as a you deserve whatever the Most High has come to you. If you gonna get into that, I'm kind of speed it forward because I'm saying for the sake of time, right? Okay. Give me First Timothy 2:9.
Oh yeah, here we go. First Timothy 2:9, sir.
We showed it with you.
On back. There we go.
Yeah.
1 Timothy 2:9. This is the book of 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 9. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
Say it again.
That in like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
Right. So here's the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know that some of you women out there got very big body parts. Some of you just blessed in the breast and in the posterior. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Now, that does not mean that you have to wear every V cut U shape that comes down to about right here, showing off all your cleavage. Most people are like, well, I just got these big breasts, but now I see you in a t-shirt that covers your whole thing. So then what the or seeing this dress that shows all your breasts, then like, well, I got these big breasts, but I seen that dress that covers your breasts, and it's like, well, then which one is it? It can't be both. It can't be like you just got these you got this big ass, you got these big breasts, and now you just can't hide it.
Right.
Listen, I understand. Like, no, you got your body parts. You got, you're just like that. I understand. Like, no matter what you wear, you're gonna be able to tell that you got big breasts or big ass. Mm-hmm. Understood. Mm-hmm. And does that mean you don't have to wear the booty short that comes halfway up your ass?
Right.
Or does that mean you have to wear does that mean you have to go out with the bikini the bikini top that covers absolutely nothing? You know what I'm saying? That does not give you the excuse.
Right.
Shalom, sir.
Hey.
So Officer 5K Sabal out there in Vegas.
Hey.
Yeah. Listen, that does not give you that excuse to go just around like that. It does not. All right. It does not give you that excuse. Keep going.
In like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel with shamefacedness.
Right. You should also have a shame to how you dress. This goes to men too. You should be out there walking around the boardwalk beach with your shirt off. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody trying to see you with your shirt off, man. You got your 6 abs, cool. Leave that for your women at home. Right. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody trying to see you. But you also be shameful for how you dress. You should all have a sense of modesty to you, a sense of shamefulness to you. Because, you know what I'm saying? Because what you have is a treasure. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, not everybody finds the treasure on a treasure map that got the X marks the spot. Like one person finds that. You know what I'm saying? That's it. One person gets the map, right? He gets the map. Like everybody can get a map, but this one person he found the trails, he found the clues. Mm-hmm. He went to X. Now it's his. No, nobody gets the treasure after him. The treasure's all his. The body, so that's all to your husband. All your glory and your nakedness should be all to your husband.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I heard someone say. I heard one woman say, "You're telling me my body is a treasure?" Yes, that's how it should be treated. Keep going.
Yes, sir. And sobriety, not with braided hair or gold.
All right, we can drop that because this is just saying. Listen, you can have your hair braided and wear gold and pearls and things like that. You're talking about more so when you during certain when you come to class, you want to humble yourself. A lot of times you don't want you know what I'm saying, you want to come in all decked out like the women be at the churches. You can jump down to verse 13 for me.
Another one, gone. Verse 13. Ooh, Salaki. For Adam was first formed, then Eve.
Right. So Adam was brought into the truth first, and then Eve came after him. Right. That's how it plays out. Adam was first given the law, statutes, the commandment, the laws, and the rules. Right. He was given the laws. He was given the breath of life first. Then came Eve. Right. This is why women, like the verse before it says, this is why women not supposed to usurp authority over a man.
Yeah, right.
Right. Keep going.
So
you got
one. If you don't mind, can you expand on that? Because I get what you're saying, but I need to understand that good.
Like understand how
what you just said for Adam was first formed in Eve.
Girl, yeah. So it's just like we go back to Genesis, right? Like who's brought other dust of the ground first? Adam, right? So Adam was doing all the work for the Most High, right?
Right.
Then the Most High said he needs to help me. And then he brought in Eve to help him out. So Adam, that's what I said. So Adam, that's all I said. Like they became one flesh. So now they're one, but Adam is still the head of the house. Then I broke down. That's what took us down to woman's supposed to desire. A man shall rule over his wife, right? This is just further explanation on that. You kind of got it. What is?
If you don't mind, sir.
Huh.
That was beautiful. Like the way you laid it down, I understand. Like so, and stop me if I want to understand this as sharply as I can. The Most High did not say I need to help me. The Most High said He needs to help me. The Most High didn't need any help from anyone. He wanted Adam to be a certain way and made him that way. Then he's seen, you know what? You need help. Am I right? Am I understanding this right?
Right, in a way, kind of. So the most High, the Most High, like he don't. You know what I'm saying? He's like the Most High for a reason. But he's, he's the creator of all things. You know what I mean? And Adam, so he was given tasks to do. Adam was fulfilling his task. The Most High said, "A man, it's not good for a man to be alone." You know what I'm saying? I would give him a help me. That like I said, the alone is just, you know what I'm saying, just to give you that extra help. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be, I'm doing this for instance, for us in the truth, right? Any woman that gets with a man in the UPK knows that this truth is our first love, is our first wife. You know what I'm saying? We do everything for this truth. We put time in the truth. You got to learn to be alone for a little bit, sister. When the men in the school are working for this truth. But what's her job supposed to be? While you're doing this job for the truth, to hold down the house, man. Make sure that the rule that you set for the house gets followed. Make sure that, you know, the kids are good. You know what I'm saying, that the house is good. You know what I'm saying, make sure that, you know, when you get home, there's food for you to eat. You know what I'm saying, that, you know, like I said, you get home, maybe you're the type of brother that when you get home, you want a little massage when you get home. Maybe when like she should know you, like, you get home, but before you walk to the door, she got your shower running.
Heaven forbid.
You know what I'm saying? She got your shower running. You're gonna come out the shower. She's gonna give you a massage, whatever. She's gonna make sure that you're taken care of, and in turn, you make sure that the house is taken care of. You make sure that everybody is taken care of. Listen, you're supposed to be helping each other. You know what I'm saying? She's supposed to make life easier for you, not harder. You know what I'm saying? I've heard many black women say that, you know, America, you know, the America outside already beats up the black man. Don't make his life harder when he gets home. You know what I'm saying? Like, a woman is like, she's supposed to make life easier for you by sharing some responsibilities of the house. You know what I'm saying? So that way, you know what I'm saying, you can do more work for the Lord. Maybe you got a business. Maybe you can do more work for the business while she handles other things. Now, could you do all that by yourself?
Mm-hmm.
You could.
Also, the son does it now.
You know what I'm saying? You can do all those things by yourself. But the woman makes it easier for her. She can take some responsibilities off of you and does some of that for her. But she does some of it. You do the other that you need to focus on. You know what I'm saying? She's supposed, like I said, it's supposed to be a help me. You know what I'm saying? I just brought a pillar of rest. You know what I'm saying? That's what your woman's supposed to be to her man. I know that kind of makes sense to you if I explain that for you.
That, like, it crystallizes it. And if you don't mind, if I could just build briefly on what you're saying, sir.
Yeah.
The amazing thing is as you say this, I'm seeing so many similarities, like one point to one point, with how the Most High treats Israel as a nation.
I'm gonna put that scripture.
Okay, all right.
For real quick,
all right.
Go to verse Tina to verse 14.
Verse 14 in the 1 Timothy 2, sir.
Come.
This book of 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 14. If I said it right. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression.
Right. So this is why everything's set the way it's set up, right? Because Adam knew what he's supposed to do. He did what he's supposed to do. Like I said, his fault was not checking his wife when she failed, when she was deceived. He was supposed to uncloud her mind from the deception that of the serpent. Right. And this is the reason why a man's supposed to rule over his house, because you're supposed to be able to see past the deceptions of the world. Give me 1 second. Hold it real quick.
Come.
For instance, in America, right, the woman has been deceived with child support, and she's been deceived with government assistance to do what? Kick them out of the house. A man's supposed to protect his house from that kind of deception. This is why a man's supposed to rule over, because a man can see these things coming. Women will not. A lot of times, women might be more carnal than men. Like, what does it say? Like, in a 10,000 men, I only found one righteous, and 1,000 women I found none. The way a man would think are just different. It's very, very, very different. A man can see such things coming where women cannot. Right? What you have?
exactly what you were saying, sir. That was exactly my line of questioning. I'm trying to really pick up what you lay it down, and it's amazing because it's like you're really peeling back some of the layers of ignorance that our sisters and our princesses have, and they might not even, because it's so deep seated now, they might not even be aware that we don't think like this according to the Bible. The reason why you might think like this is because they have infiltrated our family structure so far. So
right. No, you got it. Matter of fact, let's go to give me Ephesians 5.
Okay.
I'm gonna start at verse 22. So we're gonna, because we're gonna get to everything else I have before down the clock. So we'll hit a couple more scriptures on this.
Ephesians 5:22 out of 1.
Huh.
This is the book of Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22. Wives, submit yourselves.
What's that?
Wives, submit yourselves.
That's something I want to bring out real quick. Keep in mind for certain brothers out there. I want to hear this. Say those first 3 words again, loud and real slow for me.
Wives, submit yourselves.
Brothers, listen to me. Really listen to me, right? Submission only comes if a woman gives it to you. She has to hand over herself to you. Now listen, a woman should want to, like, what I'm saying is that you have to be worthy of a woman's submission, right? You should be worthy, like, you know what I'm saying? Not because just because you get a woman to have sex with you, right? She is, in a way, submitting herself to you because she allowed you to put your rod inside of her. But a lot of times, a woman won't submit to you in a way that most of these men want, right? Which is how most men want women to submit to them and, like, do what I say, bitch, and shit like that.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But that's something that she has to give willingly to you. You can't take that. Because then it's not true submission. It's not true love. It's not her. She don't have true reverence for you. She don't even truly believe in you. If you forced her, that you can beat a woman 1,000 times into submission. That means that does not mean she has truly submitted herself to you. You forced her into it. And there's, like, saying, the first chance she gets to become disloyal to you, she's gonna take it. She's gonna leave you high and dry. You know what I'm saying? But she's gonna put your ass in jail, one or the other. So that's why I want to make that clear. Like, women, like, submission, yes, you should and supposed to submit to your man. But make it known, you're supposed to give that submission. Right? I can't force it out of you. If you don't want to submit, you don't want to listen to what I got to say or do what I say to do, that's fine. You can be over there. Like some women say, I can be bad about myself. Well, do that. Be bad about yourself that way. All the way over there. I'm gonna go find a woman who wants to be bad with me.
That's right. Woo!
Now I'm saying, you want to be bad about yourself? I want to be bad. How about one woman want to be bad with me? You ought to be by yourself if you want. I don't.
That's right.
You have something you want to say?
Salaki, sir. My friend was telling me about this Edomite father that put his daughter in basically like a bomb bunker under their house over in Australia for like 24 years. And for 24 years, he was forcing himself on her. And so much so that she had 6 offspring with her father and one miscarriage.
That is just absolutely disgusting. That man should be put to death.
100. And just as you say, the first chance she got to turn on him, she took it. First chance.
Oh yeah, listen. You know what I'm saying? What do people like to say? Hell has no fear as a woman scorned.
That's right.
Listen, you can listen. You should always be treating everybody with a sense of respect, right? You shouldn't be out here just being evil for the sake of being evil to somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's something that most I don't really, you know what I'm saying? You'll pay for that. I'm gonna get to that in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But keep going for me out. Start from the top.
Come out of one comment. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands, as unto.
Oh, wait. Now, when you say this,
all right.
I need to give it the utmost emphasis.
Yes, sir.
On this part, okay?
Understood, sir.
I need to give it the utmost. Start with unto your own, but when you get to that one part, did you give it the utmost emphasis?
Yes, sir.
Wives,
submit yourselves unto your own husbands, as
what?
As
say again?
As
okay.
Unto the Lord.
The who?
The Lord.
The what?
The Lord.
Who again?
The Lord.
Listen, women who out there who like to say that, oh, you love God, you love Christ so much. Mm-hmm. Who say you submit yourself unto the Lord, but you're not going to submit yourself to a man. Mm. The Most High have said here, because I know you all love the New Testament. Uh-huh. Here in this New Testament, right? So-called, it says to wives, submit yourselves unto your husbands as unto the Lord. That's right. Which means that man you see next to you, that's your Lord.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, it's the Most High have given you an order. You refuse to obey the order. What you got?
It's a lot here, sir. It's the disease of being resistant to submission is so serious amongst our sisters, but it's almost like they don't see, like, look at all of the men in the UPK and how we say "con," not a one con. We get checked, like we don't, like it's almost like the sisters are like they just don't see, like we don't always get constant good news. Sometimes we get told to stop talking, and right. Sometimes we get told we're wrong. Sometimes we get told don't do that again.
Sometimes you might not be nice. You could get the shut the F up.
Yeah, con.
You could get that.
And what do we do?
Kind of
one con.
Listen, as they submit ourselves to no, keep going.
Yes, sir. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife.
Right. Once again, there's the order of the household again. You know what I'm saying? That's the ranking order. The man is the head of the wife. Keep going.
Even as Christ is the head of the church.
Right. Christ is the head of the church. So that means that as women, as you submit yourselves to us, we submit ourselves as Christ did to the church. You have to.
Right.
There's no getting around. Listen, Christ submitted himself unto the Most High.
That's right.
Just as disciples submit themselves unto Christ. We here in UPK, New Priest Officers in school, you submitted yourself to the ISUPK. That's right. You submitted yourself to Christ.
That's right.
Listen, you submitted yourself to do this work, to do as you're told to do. That's all we say a lot of times. No, I'm just following orders. To me, I can follow orders, but you can't follow orders.
If I could, I don't want. The crazy thing, but the beautiful thing is the men in the UPK, sir. We understand that, even if we might not agree with an order that we get, but we know the man who is watching over our soul, because we know the scriptures say that they have to take account or give account. Yeah. Like they're responsible for us. We know that the men above us are looking out for our best interest and want us to be reconciled to the Most High. It's almost like that we as men understand that we're still waiting for our sisters to see we're not doing this because we want to be mean. We want to be in the Most High's good graces so we can get the kingdom. We want Christ to come back and rescue us, and we want to be rich forever and ever and ever.
Right. I'm saying, listen, it's exactly as you say. You can keep going with that. Exactly as you put it. You keep going with that one.
And you know what? The amazing thing is, sisters, if sisters would just understand, sister, if your man is in the ISUPK and when he gets checked, He and all the soreness of his wounds, and he's coming back. And what he really needs is he needs for somebody to tell him, you know what, baby, don't worry about it. You're handsome. Don't you know what I mean? You take your checking, that's it. And he said, you know what, baby girl, give me a beer. Would you please, sister? That's when family is strong. Family is strong when we are weak. Look what Malachi Hawashai did in giving his life when he did nothing wrong. That's just like an elder brother knowing his little brother or his little sister effed up. And what did he do? He took the whooping for us.
And so he's saying that the kind of man you can't submit yourself to. That kind of man told you to submit to your husband.
Can't do it.
Can't do it. You know what I'm saying? You don't truly love the Bible. You don't truly love the Most High. You don't truly love this word. You know so you just say you do. You can't continue on with that in 23.
Con out of one cons. Log in. Verse 23. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church, and he is the savior of the body.
Right. That's absolutely true. Like, so he's the head of the church. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get twisted. You're not saved until you make it to the end. You know what I'm saying? But he is the savior of the body. Means he has made sure that he's took that sacrifice as the lamb for all of your filthy, disgusting sins. All my filthy, disgusting sins. Listen, there's one thing that you hear in the UPK that I don't ever hear anywhere else, right? No fake Israelite group.
Right.
We here are not afraid to call ourselves filthy and disgusting people because we are humble in here. We've humbled ourselves to the Most High. We know that what we did before and sin was filthy and disgusting inside the Most High. You tell me, oh, the Most High knows my heart? Yes, he knows that it is filthy and it is disgusting. That's what he knows. That's what the Most High knows. He knows that you have a filthy and disgusting heart on you. That's your heart. But you think the Most High will just forgive your little heart for everything that you do, right? Because you use that excuse to sin. Like, well, you smoke cigarettes, you shouldn't smoke cigarettes. Well, the Most High know my heart. And so you're a woman cheating on your man. Well, the Most High knows my heart. You know that man. I felt out of love with him. He just don't make me happy anymore. But God knows my heart. God knows that you are a filthy, disgusting whore. That's what he knows. That's what he knows. That's what he knows is in your heart is to be a whore. You're a brother who loves to just throw away women. You know that you are a filthy, disgusting whoremonger.
That's right.
That's what he knows. He knows that you will pay for that.
That's right.
You have to pay for what you have done. That's what the Most High knows.
That's right.
That's what you don't understand. You think that just saying that gives you a license to sin. It does not. If anything, if I was you, I wouldn't say it. You know what I'm saying? Why would you lie to the Most High like that? Why would you think that he's that forgiving? No, you know what the problem is? Because all throughout this earth, you've been told that that the Most High, right? If you said on your deathbed before you die that, oh, I accept Jesus Christ my Lord and Savior, you can just go to heaven, so called, right? Wow. You think that on your deathbed that the Most High is going to, just because you said you accept Christ as your Lord and Savior, that now you get to go to this supposedly magical place where you just live forever in the kingdom in God Most High's heaven. That's what you think? Nah. The Most High is about action.
That's right.
It's about what you do, not what you say.
That's right.
We see here, Christ was all about what he did, not what he said. He did. He's the Savior because he put his life on the line for us when he was an innocent man. Innocent, done none wrong, was perfect. He was perfect. You can be perfect too. You can do it. You gotta.
If I could, I'd have won. We all got this story from when we were. You know what? When I was younger, this story brings me to tears every time I tell it because of this reason. This brother, this was an Ephraimite brother. I came up of the old man a brother came up in Reading, Pennsylvania. In Reading, Pennsylvania, there's this river called the Schuylkill River. And on the Binghamton Street Bridge, brothers and sisters that live in Oak Brook Projects and Sylvania Projects would jump off of this Binghamton Street Bridge into the Schuylkill River after school, after cutting class,
Right.
for a thrill. One day, an Ephraimite brother noticed that two of his brothers were drowning. This Ephraimite brother jumped off the bridge that they should not have jumped off of, and it ruined the stereotypical story that Black mothers, especially Judahites, tell their children. So if somebody jumps off a bridge, will you? And it ruined that story, because in this situation, an Ephraimite courageous warrior jumped off a bridge, dragged one of them that was drowning to the side, walked back up, jumped off again, saved another life, and then he drowned. He saved 2 lives and gave his own. The amazing thing is this right here. Our people, specifically in this situation, our sisters, are so ignorant and so unwilling and resistant to be obedient to us, when we know, as priests and prophets, that not only did our king, our eldest brother, our savior, give his life after living a perfect life, but our father, who he's trying to reconcile us to, knows everything. He knows Malachi Hawashai did nothing wrong. Our sisters fail to realize, our father sees it all.
Exactly.
It's a lot, sir.
Right. So we'll drop that. Let's go to
Yes, sir.
Proverbs 12. Matter of fact, Proverbs 11 and 20. No, Proverbs 12.
Concert.
Try to get through this. You know what I'm saying?
Concert. Proverbs 12.
Kind of, yeah. 12 and 4.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 12, verse 4. A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband.
Right. A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband. Right. Just like I said, today we speaking on what a woman is not supposed to be to her man. Right. A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband. Like she's one that is easily praised for the good work that she does, and that's how she represents her man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what she's supposed to do. Right? You know what I'm saying? She is a crown to her husband. We keep going, but she that maketh ashamed is a rottenness. But she that maketh ashamed is as rottenness in his bone. She's not how things rot and he comes nasty and moldy and smelly, just nasty. But that's what a woman who is not virtuous to her woman. That's one who to her husband, she is an evil. No, it's like for a better word, bitch to her man. That's what she is, right? You know what I'm saying? She makes everybody look at her man as if he is just a weak individual, right? She sullies her husband's name. As a woman, that's something that you want to, as a woman, you don't want to sully your husband's name, right? You want to keep your husband's name good, you know what I'm saying, and pure, you know what I'm saying. You don't want to make your husband's name a byword, you know what I'm saying, to everybody else. You don't want everybody to be like, don't be like, you know what I'm saying, such and such, you know what I'm saying. You use Tyrone. Don't be like Tyrone, man. His woman be walking all over him. We all say it. We all know we say it. It's not nothing new. But as a woman, that's not what you want to be. You know what I'm saying, to your husband. And kind of in everything, right? We're going to get into Ecclesiastes, right? Because Ecclesiastes, right? This book, you know what I'm saying, it really this certain chapter right here really drives home. You know what I mean? What a woman is supposed to be to her husband. Right? It really gives you, as a man, what you should look for in a wife, what you shouldn't look for. What a wife is supposed to be, what you shouldn't be. You what I'm saying? We got Ecclesiastes, chapter 26. We'll start at verse 1. Blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be double. Right? So if you have a virtuous wife, most times going to, you can be, you're gonna live longer, right? Because you're not stressed out. That's your wife. She's just. I'm not saying you're not gonna have arguments. You're not gonna have fights. I'm not saying that's typical thing. You're gonna have argument, have fight. But a woman that's virtuous to her husband, she's not gonna ever make you look like an idiot or look weak or look anything like that. She's not gonna make you look those things. She's going to uplift you. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna make, brother gonna be, she's gonna just, brother gonna be like, I need a wife like how you got your wife, man. That's what I need. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She's what she does for the school, what she does for this and that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need a wife like how, like where you find your wife at? Let me get that same type of wife. Right? And go to verse 2. A virtuous woman rejoices her husband. He shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, help me. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to have peace in your life with your woman. She's supposed to make your life peaceful. Like I told the brother earlier, like I said, she's supposed to help you out. She's supposed to make things easier for you. You're supposed to be at peace with your woman. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's supposed to be. Right? And so it's like, just to say, let me keep going. A good wife is a good portion, which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Lord. So, brothers, you want a good woman, you got to fear the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You want one that's going to bring you peace and, you know what I'm saying, double your life. And, you know what I'm saying? You're not stressed. You know what I'm saying? The Lord gives those to them that fear Him. You know what I'm saying? It's just getting the wisdom is to fear the Most High. To fear the Lord. That's what you have to start off with, knowing. To fear the Most High. You know what I'm saying? People think that's kind of weird, but it's not really. It's as it should and supposed to be, right? To fear the Most High. And continue to verse 4. No, not verse 4. Let me see. So we're in the Apocrypha. Go to Ecclesiastes 26.
Ecclesiastes 26, sir.
Yeah, we're gonna start at verse 6. So since you're here, I'll go over what I read. You gonna start at verse 1. I'll go over it again since you came back.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 26, verse 1. Blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be doubled.
Like I said before, this is just. We'll keep going. I'll break it down as you.
I'll
tell you when to stop.
Verse 2. A virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. A good wife is a good portion, which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Lord.
Right. Continue to verse 4.
Whether a man be rich or poor.
Say it again.
Whether a man be rich or poor.
It's like that Bible says a man has to be rich.
Salakia. Whether a man be rich or poor.
You reading it wrong. It says the man has to be rich.
Salakia,
he has to have money.
Salakia, sir, it says whether a man be rich or poor, if he have a good heart toward the Lord, he shall at all times rejoice with a cheerful countenance. So this dispels the belief that a man has to be rich to rule over his household. This dispels that. As a matter of fact, you know what I'm saying, if a man has to afford you, then what makes you any different than a prostitute? As a matter of fact, you're the same. Come, sir.
Go ahead.
what makes the broad any different than the damn dog? Because even a hard-headed broad that thinks that she's above her man, she don't want to give it out and please her man whenever he needs it. She wants it whenever she wants it. What makes her any different than the liability of the dog who eats, sleeps, and he has to pick up the dog's poops a lot?
Right. Then not only that, but some women out these days, like for you to get any sex out of your own wife, you got to give her something in return. There's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, look, I don't know if you know it really, but you married a prostitute. She didn't know that she was a prostitute, but she's a prostitute.
Yep.
Because if a woman says that you can't afford me, you're a prostitute. Means I have to pay for you. I have to pay, you know what I'm saying, money to be with you, to have sex with you. I have to pay you money. No. I pay money to have sex with prostitutes. I have to be able to afford a prostitute. You know, nowadays, you know what I'm saying, it don't cost much for a prostitute these days. You know, out here in Arizona, listen, right there where I live on 27th and Indian School. Listen, you got yourself 50 cents, you can get yourself a prostitute. Because is that much the blues going?
Yeah,
you're going by 50 cents. You got $5. Listen, you getting the time of your life. $5 out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Because those blues only cost 50 cents. Most women, listen, you just giving the 50 cents for the blues. You're saying you're getting however much sex that you want to have. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, you know, and sometimes it might just like I'm not gonna go there.
Right.
Listen, women, a man should not have to say he has to afford you to be with you. Because let me tell you something straight. There are women out there on these streets out here in Arizona and streets across America who are with a man and they're both homeless. And she is loyal to that man out there homeless. They do drugs together. And she will not leave that man for nothing. And they're both homeless. And she is loyal. He don't have no money to give her. None. He'll work, he'll kind of a little bit of money, get themselves whatever little drugs they need. They'll smoke their drugs and they'll live in their little tent and be content with each other. But for you, I gotta get your hair done, your nails done, pedicure, whatever else. You know what I'm saying? Your eyebrows. You know what I'm saying? As women say, your upkeep.
Oh Lord, I didn't hear that one.
You didn't hear that? A woman say as a man supposed to pay for her upkeep, for her to continue looking pretty for you.
So like, isn't the scripture saying literally the exact opposite? She's supposed to be a pillar of rest of her man and help him serve the Lord.
Kind of. This how far that's falling. Is that saying? Like I said, like you can get whatever you want. These women, not saying this. Listen, most times that's the reason why, you know what I'm saying, why some men these days say they don't want to marry, even though a lot of men are marrying a lot of different women, but they just toss them away. The problem is men say that because women these days only just want to be bought. Like a lot of women, they don't want love. They don't want to have somebody who will actually run a household. They just want somebody who's going to give them some money. You give her some money, she throw you a little bit of box, keep you happy. But here's the upside to that, right? While she's making you pay for that box that she's supposed to be your wife, she's giving it to another man for free somewhere else. And she ain't giving a little bit. She ain't giving that little side bitch to get you at home. And she going full on freak mode with this, bro. I said, what's the I heard some of the brothers say, like some brothers say, like she give that brother the Gok 3000 and the Gorilla Grip Glue 5000. Now she give you like the Super Soaker 50. You know what I'm saying? She ain't get nothing. She give you the what's the previous model. She give you like that last update. You know what I'm saying?
She give you the Mister.
She give you the Mister. You know what I'm saying? She ain't give you much of nothing. But the other brother, he getting it for free. He getting everything. Right. You know what I'm saying? But you get nothing though. You get nothing. And for women like that, so that's listen, the most I'm gonna have a day with you. It's like jot down the first six for me.
verse 6. But a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman. Ooh, I've never seen her before. Holy smokes! Can I restart that? But a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman, and a scourge of the tongue, which communicateth with all.
Listen, stop being just of the other man's wives. You know what I'm saying? That man has you in his life. Just know that he wants you there. Right? Stop. Listen. Not only that, but stop making those things about your sisters your sisters that are close to you. Like, women in the world do this a lot. They are jealous of each other for whatever dumb reason or another. Right? Whether because she like another girl just more filled out than she is, or she's a little bit more popular, she just get more men, or whatever the dumb excuse is, right? She will make up the vilest things about another woman. Listen, I tell you, at my slavery, right? There's a sister there who's who knows that she's an Israelite, right? She's pregnant, but she don't really deal with anybody else there. She just comes and does her work. But apparently, according to everybody else, they know she sleeps with everybody. She's a whore. But from what I've talked to her, you know what I'm saying, I don't get that vibe. She never told me that. Now, and I asked the other woman, did she tell you this? Well, no. But how can you say such things if she didn't tell you this? Well, because that's there's no excuse. She has to say something evil. That tongue, you have to learn how to cage that tongue. It would destroy a person. It would destroy your person's reputation who don't even know you. Some women are just are vile with that tongue, and are jealous over no reason. You know why that woman is? Some women are jealous that made up that thing about that sister, because she was able to have a man at one point, and you're just not, because you know what I'm saying, because you're a drug addict, you sleep around with different other men. No man wants you, so you have to make up other things about other women to make yourself feel better, to make yourself feel like if you're in the right. Listen, what it say? That's a scourge of the tongue which communicateth all.
Is that gossip?
That's gossip. Because that gossip would absolutely ruin a person's reputation, a person's standing, because somebody didn't like you wanted to make up something.
The same thing that happened with Samson, and with him and Delilah, all that talking that she was doing.
The Delilah was different. The Delilah thing was first. Remember, Delilah was a heathen. She was not even a sister. Oh. Samson's issue was that he loved heathen women. Oh, okay. His parents even like, son, why don't you get a wife of our tribe? So because he loved heathen women, and Delilah never loved Samson. That's why she would always ask him what the such of his power was. Why was he so strong?
She was disgusting the whole damn time.
Yeah, she was paid to do it. If I'm correct. I read it again because I just read like a few weeks ago. But if I'm correct, she was paid to do it. She was said it as, hey, since Samson with you and Samson, go ahead and tell us what's the source of his strength, so we can take him out, because he is doing too much killing on this battlefield. Wow. That's saying. This once again, this is just the reason why saying we're not supposed to take them as these other nations as our wives. Little bit twisted. Like some of you women out there setting up brothers, saying, to get robbed and killed. You're just as disgusting as these heathen women, if not worse. We can see. Go to verse 8 for me.
Verse 8: A drunken woman and a gatter abroad causeth great anger, and she will not cover her own shame.
Keep going.
the whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids.
Right. So you can tell when a woman is just a whore based off how she dresses and how she got her makeup all done a certain way, the eyelids, you know what I'm saying? The way she dressed, the way she looks gives off prostitute. Now, a lot of women today are saying, "Oh, I'm not a prostitute." Like Dave Chappelle said, you may not be a prostitute, but you are wearing a whore's uniform. That's the truth. That's the truth of it. I'm saying you can't accept respect from a man until dressed that way. A lot of women would use excuse to say that, oh, well, it shouldn't matter how I dress. It absolutely matters how you dress. It absolutely matters how I am going to address you. Absolutely depends on how you dress. Because that's the first thing. That's the first thing I'm going to think about you. When people see us, when people see us, what do they think when they see us?
They're angry.
No, not that. What else? When they see us on the street, what are we normally called?
Hate group.
Not a hate group. Something else.
You got me. Racist.
Nah. People see us, and some think biker gang.
Oh,
I've never heard that quite a few times. As a matter of fact, when General Hyman was down here, we were at Club Paris. They was like, "Hey, I don't know what you are, brothers, but y'all look like a biker gang right now." Some would equate us to looking like warriors. I said, my sister, we had the Passover in Houston. I went to go see my sister. She said, "Why are you just like you ready for war?"
Little do you know.
I told her, I don't know. This life is always warfare, sis. You know what I'm saying? That's how because of how we dress. That's how we are perceived. We're perceived to be men who don't really take much ish. Because what won't you do with a biker gang? No person is not going to want to start a fight with a biker gang, right? Because they know if it's a biker gang, they know that they're about that business. Start a fight with one, you gotta fight them all. You know what I'm saying? People also call us Power Rangers, right? Because of our garments. But tell me, what do Power Rangers do?
Kick butt.
They fight, right?
Yeah.
They're soldiers. Power Rangers fight. They're soldiers, man. Their job is to fight. That's it. Even call us like, or they say, oh, you look like Mortal Kombat characters. Once again, Mortal Kombat characters do what? They kick butt. They fight. they kill people in Mortal Kombat. So you look at us, like even when people try to use to say to make fun of us, they can't but equate us to people who fight in our warriors and our soldiers. They can't help it. But getting off track, let's go to verse 10.
Mm-hmm. Verse 10. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through over much liberty.
Right. This is not saying you should be teaching the daughter to be shameful.
Right.
Right. The problem with America is, as this scripture says, lest she abuse herself through over much liberty. Through over much, given too much freedom, right? She'll just think she can do and be however she wants. America has done that by giving us too much freedom, so people think they can do and be whatever they want. Our women take full advantage of the liberty that the United States that America gives to our women. And saying the liberty to be whores and just like a whore. We know not even 15 years ago, we even just now would have been acceptable.
Right.
Not even 10 years ago, like you will still be getting talked down on. The last 5 years or so, like y'all become real, you know what I'm saying, promiscuous in how you dress. You think everything is just thinking like, oh, it's my body, I can do what I want. But when you look down on, you're shamefaced. Now all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, like you shouldn't be. We shouldn't have that look at that view upon you. Listen, listen. The slut walk is absolutely a bad thing because you are a slut. You know what I'm saying? You be called as such. But getting on, we got a couple more scriptures I want to get to before we close out. Was able to jump to the other thing. But give me verse 13.
Verse 13. The grace of a wife delighteth her husband, and her discretion will fatten his bones.
Right. So when your wife was discreet, you know what I'm saying, she don't be trying to you with the brother, she ain't trying to sneak up there and be on you in the brother's conversation. And she dressed modest like she's supposed to be dressed, and she knows her role. She knows the man's supposed to be with the man. You know what I'm saying? But also she makes sure that the brothers need something to eat. You get the brother sauce, hey, brother, you need something to drink, you got something to drink, got something to eat. You know what I'm saying? This is what we're supposed to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? That don't make her man overjoyful. You know what I'm saying? That make him like the respect that her man would get from other brothers would be, you know what I'm saying? I don't got the words for it. But keep going though. Verse 14.
Verse 14. A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord.
Okay, let's see. Keep going.
And there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed.
See, ladies, you have to be taught. Some of y'all need to be taught how to shut the hell up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? How to be quiet, how to mind your husband. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're in conversation with another man. Learn how to keep your mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying this to be a bad thing because here in the UPK, we learn how to try to keep our mouth shut. You get, like I said, you said it earlier, you get told to shut the F up. Mm-hmm. Hey, be quiet. Listen, you might feel a certain way, but you're gonna be quiet. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes you'll think about later, like maybe I might have been talking a little bit too much. No, sometimes when you're in that space, you can't always see it. But keep going. Verse 15.
Verse 15. A shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace, and her continent mind cannot be valued.
Right. This woman, like it says in Proverbs 31, this woman is beyond price. She's beyond rubies. Mm-hmm. This woman, she is like saying, you can't find this kind of woman everywhere. And this is a rare find. This is what I mean by treasure. You got the map. How many are you going to be the treasure though? Are you the X marks the spot? Or are you just the one that's just like everybody can get to? I pay a little bit and I can see you whenever I want to see you. Jot down verse 22.
Verse 22. And harlot shall be accounted as spittle. Right.
A harlot should be kind of spittle. Means you are nothing. That's what you are. Nothing. For all those who want to be fast, promiscuous, and think you can just be a harlot and just give it to how many men you want, you're kind of snuff. Do you think the Most High is with you? He's not with you, sister. I promise you that. If you're being a harlot, you're kind of that's nothing. You know what that means? You know what that means, Zach? Who else is kind of that spittle?
Kim Kardashian, Megan.
No, keep on this. Like, who else is kind of that spittle?
Oh crap.
The other nations.
Right.
The other nations are kind of that spittle. They're kind of that's nothing but a drop from a bucket.
Right.
You want to be kind of the same as them?
Mm-mm.
That's what it says. That's how you be counted. Is that what you want? You want the Most High to think less than nothing of you? Mm-hmm. Or do you want the Most High to hold you in high regards? You be like, damn, that's just the right there. Man, let's get her a righteous husband because she is a righteous woman. She keeps and does my commandments. Right? Keep going. Say verse.
But a married woman is a tower against death to her husband.
Right, because what it said in the first verse, right? A woman doubles your days. Mm-hmm. Right? Because none of that, but she's not going to put you in a position to be harmed. You understand? She's gonna make life easy. She's not gonna give you much stress. You know, stress kills people. Your woman can actually cause you enough stress to kill you. She can also put you in a situation where you can get killed by another brother. Because she can't keep. Because one or two things, either she can keep her mouth shut, or she's a harlot, she's a whore. Brothers gonna come try you because they know that she's easy. Keep going to verse 24.
Verse 24. A dishonest woman.
Wait. Yeah, keep going.
So a dishonest woman contemneth shame, but an honest woman will reverence her husband.
Keep going.
A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord.
Right. Let's stop it right there. Just for those last verses, you know what I'm saying? I was just saying, as I'm trying to be home to be, as one, you're supposed to be shamefaced. You're supposed to have a shame to yourself. It's a good shame. You know what I mean? So, you know, it means that you respect yourself. Not only you respect yourself, but you respect your husband. The reason I didn't bring this up, right? Because everything with Keke Palmer, the way she dressed, right? I didn't bring this up earlier, but I meant to say about it too. There was a video of this rapper, right? I guess he's from the islands, named Ruger. I just found out about this brother yesterday or the day before. The video was yesterday. He had a concert out there in Sarmaine, I believe it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And on stage, he brought up sisters, you know, and she was there with her boyfriend. She had a boyfriend, and she was like all too willing to talk shit on that brother.
Right.
Like for my language, she's also into to talk to badmouth him.
Right.
When he says, Ruger said, tell her, say F your boyfriend. She said it with much happiness and threw at the middle, both middle fingers. F our boyfriend. He's like, what's your boyfriend name? I think Santia or something like that. And she's like, F Santia, whatever the name is. But she was far too willing to say F that brother. Now, if you with me, you just got left there.
Right. Right.
Listen, I'm not answering your calls. Find your own way back home. You know, whatever. You know, I said, listen, you think that you're gonna go on stage with this rapper and diss me in front of thousands of people, hundreds of people, how many people were there?
Right.
I think we just supposed to go home together after that. Right. Where was the respect? That's what I'm talking about. I'm saying this rapper had no problem telling her to say that because he knew that she would say it. Based off that, she cut out this, she put on lipstick on like she was ready to make out with the rapper.
Ew.
On stage in front of everybody.
This Keke Palmer?
No, this is another sister. Like I said, this is a rap. This is some other sister name. I don't know her name. Don't give her name, but the rapper name is Ruger. This is happening at Suriname, the Caribbeans. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, I saw that. I was like, that's just disgusting behavior. Disgusting, man. It's, you know what I'm saying? You like she like that shows love and respect that she had for her boyfriend. She could do that openly. It shows respect Keke Palmer has for her man. And she can do what she does. Women, what you have to understand, right? I'm in the class with this. What you have to understand is that you are the representation of your man. How you act is how they think your man will be. They think that you are a bitch, you are a whore, and that means that your man is a bitch. And I can walk all over you, and I can have sex with you whenever I want to. Because what the hell is he gonna do to me? Nothing. Because if he was a man, he wouldn't let you walk out like that.
Right.
If he was a man that you respected, you wouldn't be out here looking like that. You would listen to your man. You would do as he say. Because you don't. If you don't respect him, why should I? Why should any man respect your husband when you don't respect him? With that, pass the class over to Police Officer Kabatamaf.
Right. Let's get a preacher private in here. are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into this school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3 verses 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like, upcoming holy convocations.
Upcoming convocations, we got the feast of I believe it was the Feast of Tabernacles.
Dwelling booths and whatnot. Over in the UK.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me just I got it here. Give me one second.
While the officers looking for the upcoming holy convocation, you can all find the holy convocations, not just the upcoming, but all that are throughout the year, so that you can keep up and do your due diligence to make sure that you know all of the dates.
Right, I got it here. So, like we said, first part September 15th, and then we got a memorial of the blowing of the trumpets.
That's right.
So then after that is Day of Atonement. Of course, 7 days after that would be the 24th September. And then September 29th is the Feast of Tabernacles, right? Which we're going to have out there in the UK. Space is limited. So if you got the money, I think the Commander General Hanna said you need at least $2,500 for the trip. You got it, you know what I'm saying? Go out there, you know what I'm saying? Celebrate, you know what I'm saying? Celebrate the feast day with the brothers, hold it down with them. If not, you know what I'm saying, we go hold it down here, regardless. Yeah, that's what we got coming up. We got Memorial blowing of the trumpets coming up next in a couple months. Keep going.
All right, this is a reminder, Akim and Akwathian, to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. That means boots, shirt, pants, headband, or war scarf. With that, we are going to salute the instructor out and end the class. Then just for Men of Israel and Madyam, which means to stand. Men of Israel, Madyam Shabbat, Madyam, Barak, Yahweh Bashem Yashabrakatah.
Yahweh Bashem Yashabrakatah.
Yad Yamata, which means hands down. Class is dismissed.